Hi, I'm Michelle Lee. I'm a food TV producer, an ex-chef, and an avid home cook. Today, we're going to go through what you need to set up a simple, basic kitchen. So let me just make an assumption that you have an empty kitchen right now, completely empty, and you don't know where to start. You don't actually need a lot to start cooking. So of course you need to start off with a cutting board, right? A lot of people ask, what sort of cutting board should I get? Should I get the plastic one? Should I get the wooden one? How many different types of cutting board do I need? Simple answer to a very difficult question, as you wish. Because in industrial commercial kitchens, we actually always have about 3 to 4 different types of cutting boards. Some for meat, some for fish, some for vegetables, some for fruits, and then some for cooked food. In the home kitchen, what I actually have is 2 cutting boards. One for raw food, and then one for cooked food. As simple as that. And I make sure to wash it on both sides every time I finish using it, okay? Cutting board done, obviously you would need knives. What you really need is a good chef's knife, right? And a small knife. Chef's knife, they go from 6 inches to 10 inches. Really, it depends on what your comfort level is. The longer ones, I feel, are slightly harder to actually manage. So I prefer the ones that are actually about 8 inch. This one is about 8 inch. And then the smaller ones actually help you to peel stuff, right? Or to cut fruits, so it's easier to manage, all right? Now then we go on to the peeler. You can't do without this, right? Carrots, cucumber, radish, anything that needs peeling. And it's actually very good for slicing very, very thin vegetables as well. A tong, a ladle for your soups, a spatula, right? This spatula is actually the one that you would, use for a wok and for your stir fries. Mine is really weathered out now. Rubber spatula, right? So you can actually scrape off the sauces, so you actually clean out whatever pots and woks that you're using. Wooden spoon, and chopsticks. We're Asian after all, so I find that the chopsticks actually works very well when I want to scoop something up or pick something up, individually. All right? So in terms of utensils, this is what I have. And really, this is all you need to get started, okay? And moving on to cookingware, right? Cookingware, of course, you can buy like the whole entire set that comes on promotion at the malls, which it's very, very comprehensive and pretty much whatever you need. For beginners, what I would actually suggest would be very simple 3-piece set. All right, I have a small pot, right? I'll have a medium pot, and I would actually have a wok. You might be asking, but you have a pan there, why are you not suggesting to have a pan? Not that I don't think that the pan is good, but what I'm saying is that if you want to keep it minimal, you want to start really, really basic, a wok would be a multi-purpose use. Whereas a pan, you can sear, you can grill, but it's not that great for stir fries. With a wok, you can do everything that a pan can do, plus more. You can stir fry, and you can also steam. You have a steam rack inside, you cover up, it becomes a steamer. And why with 2 different sizes of pots, right? You have a small one, and you have the medium-sized one. Medium-sized one is always good when you want to make soups, when you want to boil pasta. Say for example, 3 to 4 people, a good big pot of water is needed when you want to just boil some pasta. And with the small pot, it's always great, to blanch some vegetables, instant noodles. Keep it simple. And last but not least, I think this is something that is very important in most of our kitchens, rice cooker, right? These tiny little baby here can actually feed 2 people or 3 comfortably, but if you have a bigger family, of course, go for the ones that are bigger. This is the most basic one where it's just what I call a tap rice cooker. You put water in, you press one button. There are the ones with the multiple functions where you can boil soup, you can make porridge, or you can even bake a cake inside the rice cooker. So it's really up to you which type you want to get. After setting up your kitchen with basic equipment, what's next? We're going to set up your pantry with very basic seasoning, things that can actually get you started on many, many, many simple recipes. What we have here today are basic things that you can put into your pantry. So we'll start off with oil. There's many different types of oil out there. Sunflower oil, canola oil, peanut oil, vegetable oil. Really depends on your personal preference. I tend to go for sunflower or canola oil because they have a higher burning point. When you have a higher burning point, it means that you can actually cook more things with it. You can deep fry with it without having to worry that it will give you the unpleasant burnt smell. Next would be your extra virgin olive oil. This is where you use it for your salads, or you can actually drizzle it over, your fish after you have actually finished pan-searing it. And then I also have here, always in my pantry, sesame oil. This I feel like is an essential in any Asian kitchen. It just gives you that fragrant finish, whether you put it into your stir fries or even into your marinades. You can never do without your salt and pepper. Most basic seasoning, even if you don't want to season your food with anything else, you want to keep it simple, these things are quintessential. Without this, your food would end up tasting bland. Right? Maybe there are some people who say, oh, but I like the food, the natural taste of the ingredients, and I want to let the ingredients shine. Sure, you can definitely do that, but what salt does, it actually accentuates the taste. It actually brings out the actual flavors inside a particular meat or inside the vegetables, right? So without this, you would actually feel that your dish or your recipe, it's lacking in some ways, all right? So that, and in terms of pepper, I tend to have both peppers, the white pepper and the black pepper in my pantry, just for different purposes. The white one gives you a spicier flavor, while the black one is more used in Western food and it's got a more subtle sort of flavoring, okay? And what it's essential, it's also sugar, right? Whether it's white sugar, raw sugar, brown sugar, that's up to your preference. Doesn't only go into your coffees, but it goes into dishes as well, just to balance off the flavors, whether it's spicy, whether it's salty. You add a little bit of sugar in there, and then it rounds up all the flavors, okay? And of course, this too, I always have them, right? As basic. Right? In an Asian kitchen, a lot of people say, oh, but you need oyster sauce, you need dark sauce, you need this, you need that, you need black bean, you need soya bean, a lot of those different things. But what we're doing today, it's going back to 101 Kitchen Pantry, and let's just stick with the simple light soya sauce and a Shaoxing wine, right? Shaoxing wine, what it does is to give that little bit of boozy feel in your recipe. You can definitely cut it out if you don't like it, but it's just something that I prefer. Cornstarch, right? Why cornstarch over the other type of flour, in my opinion, would just be because it has multiple purposes. What it does is that it can actually be a thickener, right? In sauces, thicken up the sauces, but at the same time, you can also coat your chicken or your fish and deep fry it, and it gives a very nice crispy crunch. Garlic, onions, these things, these two are always available because you can put it in any dish and it gives you that extra layer of flavors. Last but not least, rice. Just because rice is a staple and is actually also a very versatile ingredient that you can use in many different dishes and recipes. Now, what I have here too are these, right? These are ready meals, right? Ready to cook meals. Now, a lot of chefs or a lot of home cooks are very against using this because they felt like, oh no, I shouldn't use that because it's all cheating, I'm not really cooking. But really, is it really cheating? It's not. I mean, you're still cooking, you're still cooking for yourself or you're cooking for your family, and this is the simple way to go, Just one pack of this with fresh ingredients and you get a red curry, a pack of this with a whole chicken, steam it for 45 minutes, and you have the herbal chicken for your whole entire family, and ha cheong gai, prawn paste fried chicken at any time of the day, right? So I don't see anything wrong with using ready-packed seasonings as such, and especially if you don't cook a lot at home, it is very sufficient for one meal and you do not have to jam-pack your whole entire kitchen with all different types of seasoning.